Good evening, everybody. Hey, Lamona Sanders, nice to see you. Thanks for joining in. Shapina with love, Lisa, good to see you. Thanks for following me. I appreciate that. Welcome to another night. We're talking confidence again, confidence and passion tonight. Passion and confidence. That is the topic of the evening. We're going to talk about the relationship that they have between one another. Aliana, nice to see you. So tonight, let's just jump in. Self care is for everyone. Yes, indeed. I like that. So let's jump in and talk about confidence and passion. A few months ago, well, not more than a few months ago now, I was in Las Vegas speaking, and while I was there, I was having a conversation with the host of the conference of the meeting, and she was sharing with me um, this one particular word. We were talking passion, and while we were talking, she said, "Passion, pass I on." And I said, "That's interesting. I never heard it that way." She said, "That's what passion is. Passion. Pass I on." And so tonight we're going to talk about confidence and passion. They work hand in hand. And here's how it happens. When you have a passion, you are essentially saying that you have something within you that you realize that you want to pass on to others. That when you develop passion, you are passion actually is the confirmation of confidence that says, I realize that I have something that I could share with someone else and it will continue on. Think about it. People make children in the heat of passion. Something is passed on from two people to another person so that they both continue to live on. If you have a passion for something, a passion for your talent or your skill, or you can create, you have a creative passion and you make something, you make it so that it outlives you. It can continue after the creation process has happened. Passion. And see, if you want to unlock passion, you might want to dig into this thought of what do you have to give? See, we keep circling back to the same stuff because it's all interconnected. If you understand that confidence, meaning having trust in something, has the power to change your life, you'll operate totally different. See, when you realize and you have trust that you can actually pass something on, and then you create a vision from where you are now to where you want to be in your future. And then for that vision, you have provision, meaning action in favor of the vision. Everything starts to work together so that you can serve someone else's life, you can make an impact on the world, and you can pass on something that is within you to someone else. I hope, like me, I hope you never look at passion the same way. Passion, pass I on. See, that's what it's all about. You don't want to just go through the motions. The reason why we feel like sometimes that we are living a life that is not passionate and we're just kind of dying on the vine, it's because we have not awakened that gift and that ability and the talent within us. We haven't awakened the courage within us to actually take action to share something with the world, share something with someone else that can live on. In other words, we've been doubting ourselves. We've adopted some image of ourselves that makes us and causes us to think that we are less than what we actually are. I tell you often, there's a particular scripture in the Bible, right in Genesis, and you don't have to believe what I believe, but I think it's pretty powerful when it says that mankind, all of mankind, was made in the image and likeness of God. Like, that's a pretty amazing image. Whether or not you want to believe it or not, it's not what I want to argue. But the idea the world over is that God is this infinite great being. And so if we were made in that image and likeness, that means that each of us in portion has a portion and has part of this great infinite being. Why someone wouldn't want that? Why someone would say that's not real? I don't know. Because to me, that's encouraging. That says, okay, wherever I am right now, I have the ability to grow beyond this place because I have a measure of the Almighty within me. I have a measure of the awesome creator within me. You don't have to want it. You don't have to believe it. You don't ever have to read it. But guess what? That's encouraging to me. And since you're here with me, I just decided I would let you know, hey, that's where the thought process comes from. That we can have passion. According to what it says, the great Almighty God had such passion, said, I will pass myself on to these other people, to these people, so that they are in my image and in my likeness, so that they can pass themselves on to others in the world as well. And so now we would just continue to pass ourselves on in whatever measure that we have, however that has been given to us, whatever your gifts are, whatever your talents are, whatever your abilities are, you have something to pass on, whether it's in the form of you being a great encouragement to someone else. Perhaps you are a great parent. Perhaps you are a spouse. Perhaps you are a business owner or employee, or whatever it is you do, wherever you show up. I said it last night, wherever you show up in the image of royalty. And so what you get to pass on wherever you show up should be poured out of a vessel that sees themselves as royal, that sees themselves as highly valuable. And what you get to pour out of this vessel of value is value. It's a game changer when you begin to think and understand that you have value. You've been created in the image, in the likeness of something highly valuable. And wherever you show up, you are carrying value that you get to bestow upon someone else, that you get to pour out on someone else's life. That is an amazing opportunity that we all have. Last night we talked about it. Like, we can have someone asked, well, what if you don't know what your gift is? And I shared last night that, yeah, we can have great high callings, right? We can have these ultimate really grand gifts that we specialize in and we master. And it seems like, it has to really be developed. We all have that. But at the same time, we all also have what I would consider to be lower callings, more practical, everyday gifts and opportunities that we can partake in, whether that means cleaning up around your neighborhood, cleaning up in your home, taking time out to be with your spouse, taking time out to sit with your children, have dinner, talk with them. These are gifts that we can give as well. And so, look, we don't have to overcomplicate the opportunities that we have to reach out and impact someone else's life. Plain and simple. That is how you awaken passion. When you decide you are going to give of yourself to someone else, you in that moment are being a person of passion. You are deciding, I am going to pass I on to someone else. Simple, right? Passion. You want passion in your relationship with someone? Decide that you are going to pass on something of great value to them. And as you cultivate, as you prepare to serve great value, you know what that's going to do? It's going to increase the thing we call appreciation. Appreciation means, as I am thinking about you, I am adding value to you. So now my appreciation for you is rising because I am preparing to serve you something in worth and value. That's going to increase your passion. The more you serve, the more you cultivate a heart of service to others, your heart of service is going to grow. In other words, so will your passion. Michael Pence says, how we know if it's real, if God comes back, he will be pissed when he finds out all Catholic priests. Oh, well, listen, I don't spend any time thinking about I'm not going to put focus on what other people are doing, because look, everybody falls short at some point in their life. And I could sit here and I could rehearse the errors and the mistakes. But rehearsing errors and mistakes, hey, Nancy, that doesn't move you forward. If you rehearse where you have fallen short, do you know you will not be focusing on going to the next level in any part of your life? That's what I talked about last night, going through the season of loss. When you go through a season of loss, if you stay in that mindset of loss, it will not put you in a mindset of gain. It will not put you in a mindset of growth if you're constantly thinking about what you've lost. At some point, even in a season of loss, we have to recognize that it is a season and it came to pass, and that a new season is coming. So even in a season of loss, we don't need to waste that season. Even in a season of loss, it is the time to prepare for a season of gain. Right now, where I live, it's cold. Vegetables are not growing. But guess what? This is the time for me to prepare my mind on how to cultivate the best garden that I've ever had. I want to begin cultivating my gardening season now. I want to begin thinking about studying, learning about the seeds so that when the season comes for the seeds to be planted, that I've prepared the soil so that I can have a great harvest later. Don't waste your seasons. Your season of loss is a time for you to understand and learn something. Time for you to prepare also for a season of gain, for a season of increase. This is the natural cycle of life. There will always be seed time. There will always be harvest. There will always be summer. There will always be winter. So think about it. Shauna says, how do you stay focused with all the distraction around? Focus. How do you stay focused with a lot of distraction around? That's where vision comes in. When you know you have a vision, when you know where you're going, you focus on the vision. Without vision, what happens? People perish. Why? Because they have nothing to focus on, so they can be distracted by everything. When you have nothing to focus on, anything will catch your attention because you don't know, you have nothing that you decided to focus on. Do you realize that it is much harder to say no to a lot of distractions than it is to say yes to the one thing that you're focusing on? If you say yes to the thing that you're focusing on, it will eliminate you having to say no to the other things. All right, let's put this to a test. You wake up every day and you say, I am saying yes to my health and wellness. I'm saying yes to making decisions that are going to make me healthy and strong. I'm saying yes to this. If I keep saying yes to this, my yeses, I don't have space for no. I don't need to even have a conversation with the no environment because I'm so engrossed with my yes, I'm not even around the no. There's not a no needed. I just say yes to what I want. The more you say yes to what you want, the more you don't have to have conversations with the things that you don't want. So what is it that you want? Have you created the vision? Do you clearly see it? Have you written it down? Do you look at it every day? What is it that you want? We get the focus. See, this is where when we understand that we all have power, like understand you have power to not just accept what happens to you in life. You have power to direct the direction of your life, to direct the way that you want to go. You get to wake up and you get to give commands to your day because you are designed to dominate life, not be dominated by life. You're made in this image, in this likeness, where out of your mouth, you get to pronounce whether it's going to be life or death. But so often we're so casual with our words and with our thoughts, then out of the abundance of what's going on the inside, we begin to speak it. So frustrated on the inside and you're believing nothing's ever good going to happen for me. Today's going to be just another crappy day. Oh, now it's raining. This is a horrible day. And so you create with your words this atmosphere around you that is miserable because you talked yourself right into it. But you have the power. to speak differently. Because guess what? If we go long enough without rain, you know what the complaint will be? Oh, we're living in a drought. Oh, we need some rain. Hey, let's just make up our minds and never complain about the seasons. Wintertime, guess what? It's going to be cold. Summertime, guess what? It's going to be hot. Spring and fall, it'll be a little bit in between the two. We already know it's going to happen. Well, that's here in Pennsylvania. But wherever you are, it is going to be what it's going to be. Don't sweat that. Don't let that determine how your day is going to go, whether or not it's raining or if it's sunny and if your curls fell or, if your clothes got a little wet. That's not necessary. You have bigger things to accomplish in life. You have more to focus on and to have occupying your mind than whether or not you're complaining about the weather. That's why you got to have a bigger purpose. You have to cultivate a sense of a bigger purpose. When you get busy serving, you will step away from complaining because you have a job to do. You have an assignment to fulfill. There's someone's life that's waiting on you. How can you complain and create at the same time? No, don't complain, create. You don't like getting wet in the rain? Create a different kind of umbrella. Create something. See, the opportunities are there. The complaints present an opportunity. If you're willing to complain about it, be willing to do something about it. Don't just leave it to chance. That's passion. Hey, Wanda in California. That's passion. That's pass I on. What are you willing to do when something presents itself, when a challenge or a problem presents itself? What are you willing to do when you find out that someone in your environment is heartbroken? Are you willing to pass I on some level of love and some level of encouragement to help them? What are you willing to do? What are you willing to do with that business and that idea and that dream that's been in your mind for so long? Are you willing to pass it on? Are you willing to get it into the earth so that people can be impacted by it? Oh, but Brian, it's just a silly, ice cream shop. People like ice cream. People want to eat ice cream. Get that ice cream shop into the world. It's just a flower store. One time I was at a doctor's appointment and I was sitting there. And the nurse, she was taking my blood, drawing my blood. And so I always like to talk to those that are taking care of me in those moments. And I asked her, I said, do you love what you do? And she said, no. I'm like, great. Fantastic. You don't love what you do, but you're getting ready to stick me with a needle. Fantastic. I said, so, all right. So since you don't love what you do, I said, what do you love? What do you love? She said, well, I'm only doing this because my parents wanted me to do this. What I wanted to do, I wanted to be a florist, but my parents told me there was no money in it. And so guess what? She never became a florist. She became a nurse instead because her parents told her that there was no money in it. But guess what? When she decided she was going to trade her life for the life that her parents wanted for her, she also traded some of her passion because there was a part of her life that she could not pass on. There's a part of her life, there's a part of her creativity that was not being activated. See, she saw herself creating floral arrangements and having bouquets for people and doing those kind of things. So there was some genius in her that never made it to the earth that could be passed on. So what I'm saying to you is, don't let that be your story. Don't let that be your story that you have held on to the thing that you could have passed on. You could have put it into the earth and given it to someone else, shared it with someone else. Part of the reason I show up and do this is because this is what I get to pass on. These moments, these words, hopefully encouragement to your life. I get to help you by passing this on. If I just sit and talk to myself, guess what? I'll feel really great. I can talk myself into a good mood. I can encourage myself. That won't do a whole lot for you though, because it's just me talking to myself in my head, telling myself, Brian, do your passion, pass yourself on to someone else, do this and do that. And oh, you're made in the image of royalty. And I'll feel really great and pumped up. And then I'll walk through a world where people don't feel the same. And guess what? if I don't pass myself on to others, someone, someone's life, someone's family might be derailed because they never received that word of hope, that plan, that strategy to help them move into that next phase of life. They perhaps won't see beyond the shame and the guilt and the things that they did wrong to move on, to take that next step, to go ask forgiveness or to forgive somebody. They might never do it if I don't pass myself on. And so guess what? You get to be confident, have trust in the thought, in the fact, in the truth that you have something to give. You have something to give. You have something to offer. Don't measure it like, oh, this isn't that much. Don't measure it, because to the one that needs it, it is. To a person that is dehydrated, to a person that is starving, a little bit is everything, because I had nothing before you showed up. So what you're holding, what might seem to be seemingly a little bit in your hand, is everything to someone else because they don't have it at all. So think about that. Think about that, and don't be selfish with what you have. Get ready to look for opportunities, to prepare for opportunities so that you can serve yourself, that you can pass I on to the world. Passion, pass I on, and do it with confidence. Do it knowing that you have something to give. Tonight, I just wanted to encourage you with that, so that you would stop going through life thinking that you have nothing. Don't compare yourself to another Instagram, social media, TikTok scroll, YouTube video. Don't compare yourself. Realize that you have something to give. And the moment that you start giving it, it's on my left eye. I don't know. The moment that you have something to give, makes a difference in the world. So just want to encourage you with that. I want to pray for you. Let's shut it down. I'm going to go take my meds and I'm going to go to sleep. I've been feeling good, so I want to keep the rhythm going and, keep on healing up now. So thanks so much. Father, thank you for this day, this opportunity to be together, and the many blessings that you have given us. Thank you for this day being one where we can rejoice, where we can be glad, where we can be transformed, where our minds can be renewed and our lives can be forever changed. Thank you for passion. Thank you that we have something within us that we can pass on to someone else, something in us that is good for this world to make a difference. And so tonight, while those that have been here and those that may be watching later are viewing and listening, I pray that whoever hears this message, that they would have this ignition of passion, where they would be ignited in their own lives to share something from their lives with others. Have them not help them to not measure it as being great or small, but help them just to take action. And as they take action, I pray that the fire within them, that fire of passion, would just grow, and that they would be people that make an impact in the world around them, that they would become conscious and intentional about serving this world. And I pray blessings upon each person as they align with your will. I pray blessings upon their home, upon their relationships, upon their health, upon their finances, upon their endeavors, their dreams, their hopes. I just pray that you bless them. And I pray that they have a great night's rest. I pray when they lay down that their mind would be at peace as well as their heart, so that they can rest well and that they can wake up refreshed. Let tonight be a night where they don't go to bed wrestling and wake up feeling like they wrestled all night long. I just pray for a refreshing sleep for everyone. We thank you in advance. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. Thank you all for being here. I love you all so much. Thank you for the encouragement. Now go pass yourself on to somebody and make the impact that you are meant to make. Don't doubt it. You have something to give. So let's go out and make this impact in the world. I'm B.A. Shepherd. Two P's, ARD, reminding you to be a shepherd. The world has enough sheep. I love you much. Good night. See ya.